Hello there and welcome back to Rosewater. Now, last time we managed to secure our transport to head west after Dr. Clark. Now, the transport itself was a little bit strange, or is a little bit strange. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting thinking Wild West, expecting either like a steam train or like a horse-drawn carriage to head west, but it is not. It is actually a steam-powered wagon. Now, it's to describe it, it's closer to a like RV mobile home kind of deal. It would be mobile home in the UK. RV, I think, is a term for in America. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. So we are now traveling west with the crew. Obviously got the driver as well, who I think is going to end up joining our posse as well. I think she's going to be joining in the caper that we're going on, but has not confirmed yet, but I believe that's probably the case. So on our journey west, we have had a few little adventures. We were stumbled across a castle made out of stones, like rocks, that a guy was building for a lady back east to move into. Turns out she was married. She didn't tell him he was married. Or didn't tell him she was married. Didn't really tell him that she wasn't interested. However, on the other side, he didn't check whether she was interested, and he kind of did this of his own accord, and things didn't end well. It could have ended worse, but it didn't end well. Feelings were hurt, basically. Feelings were hurt, and not people. Like no physical injuries, which is a plus side. So we got to deal with that. Then we were stopped off at a little pond kind of area, and Jake was conned into drinking some of the water with claims that it will boost your strength and make you like a Superman, like a superhero. And he drank the water, and we ended up getting robbed, which was not fun. I will say that. I don't like being robbed. Nothing we could really do about it, to be fair. Nothing we could really do about it. So we had that. And then our last stop of the episode, we had a bit of a heart-to-heart with Danny, who never had a chance to mourn the loss of his friend, one of his friends, Petey. Now, we travelled around. We helped him create like a memorial for Petey, which is very nice. It was like a bonding moment. I like Danny. He's a good guy. So then we jumped back in and we headed even further west, and that's basically where we left off in the episode. I think we're in a next little rest stop area. We haven't made it all the way to the city yet, so I'm assuming we're probably gonna, I don't know how many stops we're going to be doing, but we may end up getting to the city at the end of this episode. We'll see how it goes. So that being said, please grab your favourite drinks and snacks, curl up somewhere comfortable, come hang out with me as we jump straight back into Rosewater. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy. Right, so here we are. We have literally just stopped for... Is it Lola? I've forgotten her name. I think, is it Lola? Lola to rest her legs. And Nadine is currently asking her about the wagon and how it works. It's quite interesting. It's an interesting wagon. And the boys...
Somebody's out here sniffing for a fortune.
The boys here came to check out this oil derrick.
Funny how the best things are often found in the lowest of places.
Very true, actually.
Have a look, Harley.
I don't think I want to fall down that hole.
Hello down there.
Who said that?
Up here.
Oh, you're up. Hi. Oh, hello.
Afternoon to you. What brings you folks to Cormac's oil rig?
Just passing through, friend. I was just saying you've a fine setup here.
Does look quite interesting.
Thank you, sir. It pleases Cormac to hear that. Sit tight. Just needs to make a slight adjustment. Then
all right.
Cormac can come down for a chin wag.
That's good to know. Also, I kind of wonder why or how people find oil. Like, are they...
Ah! Whoa, damn! Oh. Clumsy
Hi.
Cormac.
Do people like literally, like, how do you find oil? Do you literally just dig a hole and hope to find it? Or is the back then was the technology to help find it?
But Cormac is in a pickle.
You are. That looks quite a...
Cormac would be ever so grateful.
Maybe. I'll tell you what. I think if I go back, I'll just go back a second. We did find this.
This rope could be useful.
Yes, we saw that last episode. Now the question is, are we gonna just be able to use the rope directly on him? Can you grab hold of the rope?
I got this rope. Try grabbing onto it.
Is it going to be that simple?
Whoops!
Damn!
Okay, do we need something... Okay, wait, can we pick up that cup? We need something for him to grab onto, something a bit bigger.
There's lots here, but nothing I can see that will help.
Okay, Danny, can I throw you? If I tie the rope to you, can you, like, jump, grab him, and then, you know, pull him in, wheel him in? But I think we need something to attach to this rope so it's easier for him to grab.
Looks extremely heavy. I hope it's secured.
It probably is, to be fair. Can we do anything with the rope? Right, can we... Jake, can you help?
Hey, Jake?
Yeah?
Any ideas? How do we get him down?
Any suggestions what to do?
That rope doesn't look too thick. Should be able to cut through it. The trick will be keeping our friend from falling head first into that pit.
Very true.
Have anything on you that could cut rope?
Afraid not. One of the others might.
Okay. I don't know where our... We need to cut the rope
Do you
somehow.
have anything sharp that might serve to cut the rope?
No, but I could always shoot it.
You think that will work?
Definitely.
I mean, yeah. I'm not going to... Wait, whoa. I'm not shooting the rope right now. We need something else first. Because, you know, we could actually delete him.
There's lots here, but nothing I can see.
I get the feeling we don't want to end his life over an accident. He's done nothing to us. Right, let's go find... So we know we can get Danny to shoot the rope. We just need to find a way to grab hold of him. Maybe tie it to the wagon.
Sorry to interrupt, but
What is it?
Man in trouble at the oil derrick.
What happened? He's caught on a rope hanging upside down. We're trying to get him down somehow.
And what do you want me to do about it?
Is there a ladder in the wagon?
Not anymore, sorry.
What do you mean not anymore?
Do you have something sharp enough to cut rope?
Sure, my hunting knife.
Could I borrow it for a spell?
Only if you swear to be careful with it.
On my brother's grave.
Take it then.
You know, I'm worried.
That man at the derrick still needs help.
And what do you want me to do about it?
I'm not sure what you can do, actually.
Thought as much.
Yeah, I have no idea. Right.
Sorry to interrupt.
Nadine?
But
What is it?
Oh, no. Okay, I guess we can't talk to you. Okay, so what have we got here? I mean, can we attach that to the rope? No, we can't. It's not going to let us combine it. Okay. No, that makes sense.
tools of the
Can we take the bucket? Okay, so I've got her knife. We can use it to cut the rope, but I don't want to lose...
Cormac! Are you alive?
What do we do?
Get the others. We need help to pull him out.
Okay, I didn't realize we were on a timer. I think he very well
Very
might...
lucky you didn't break your neck.
Yeah,
Cormac's
it didn't
got a bit of cat in
didn't break something.
Making a habit of picking up the fallen, eh, Harley?
Yes.
And just keep dropping out of the sky.
I mean, it's
We should be on our way.
probably yes.
Suppose Cormac should be thanking you for the help.
Yes.
Sorry about the fall.
It's all right, miss. Cormac knew the risks.
I mean, I don't know what else we could have done there because he couldn't grab the rope. Could I have tried again?
We got to get back on the road.
It's time to leave.
Sure you'll be okay on your own?
Yes, sir. Cormac can handle himself. Good luck getting where you're going.
Good luck getting your boot back, to be fair. Or at least we got you out the pit. And we're lucky that you survived without any breakages. So I'm not... Oh, El Presido's right on the way to the other side. It's like up there. So I don't know if we're going to make it to town. Right, so we did end up thinking, can we look at the map? So yeah, here we are, right here. So we've got to go all this way. That's El Presidio up there. So we've only travelled basically from here to here in this past like episode. Well, episode and a bit so far. That's mad. We might actually be on the road for a while. Right. Phil, let's have a chat.
Phil?
Harley?
How did you end up in
Got some
Vespuccia?
time. Care to tell me about how you came to Vespuccia?
I can appreciate your curiosity.
We may as well talk to people. Gets to know our
It's
crew.
painful to relate, but you may as well know. I had assembled Lieutenant General de la Vega and several of my men in Jicotea, a small village on the Loyola River. We were preparing an operation to liberate the nearby town of Caballo Viejo. The Spanish army had it under
love the way they
occupation
pronounce
for
things.
some weeks, seeking intelligence on our movements. But before we could act, they struck without warning, and without mercy.
How many
They did not
did you lose?
confine themselves to fighting armed revolutionary soldiers. Old
Took everyone
men,
out.
Women, children, all were valid targets in their eyes. All held collectively responsible for resisting imperial rule. Victory was out of the question. We were hopelessly outmatched. Many brave souls laid down their lives to allow innocents a chance for escape.
Very
As
brave of them.
civilians fled the village, I led the retreat north with Lieutenant General de la Vega. We gathered what we could of our forces from other positions along the way. It was clear that the army would relentlessly target any village known to harbor revolutionary cells and administer the same treatment. I left Jicotea a smoking ruin. I could not allow that to happen again.
So just
Temporary
left.
exile was the only alternative.
Keep people away. That's awful, I'm sorry.
Holy hell, what a story. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Do not be. The Spanish have shown their true colors and made the necessity of our struggle only too clear. The day
Very true.
will come when I will gather my army
You'll get it back.
in force and in spirit and return to our homeland to reclaim what is ours.
So what is it you're fighting
So,
for?
this revolution. What exactly is it?
I'm assuming it's just going to be the
What
home.
does any man
The
who is
homeland.
oppressed fight for? Freedom. Simple as that. The imperial government has grown fat on the labor of the masses. They torture and imprison anyone who dares speak out against their abuses. My people and I
We all know what
are
that's
straining
like
to
at
throw
times.
off the yoke of colonialism.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
Very well. Nadine, are you alright?
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
Good book.
I'm not much of a literary critic, but it helps pass the time.
What-
Danny told
is it
me
a
you're
story?
writer. Have you published any books?
Me? No, books are way beyond my reach. I stick to articles and...
I get the feeling this is going to end up
have
being a
trouble
book.
Enough with those.
This story is going to be a book.
Underestimate yourself. It wouldn't surprise me to see a book with your name on the cover someday.
Well, that's kind of you to say. Guess we'll see.
I mean,
Leger, get up here a minute, would you?
alright, I'm on my way. I guess you could imagine a book
What's going on?
I
being
don't much care.
a series of smaller articles that are connected to each other.
Looks fine to me.
Give it half an hour and it won't. There's a dust storm coming. We need to seek shelter fast.
We can't just stop and wait it out on the wagon.
Even secured, there's a chance it could blow over. I'm not
Okay,
risking it.
that's
There's a
quite
house
a
up ahead
storm.
of us. We'll stop and see if we can shelter there.
All right, I'll let the others know.
Alright, so I guess we're battening down the hatches.
Lola wasn't kidding about the storm picking up.
Very
Is someone
true.
living here?
I don't know. Quite possibly. Where is the wagon though? Again, we're having a look for things we can pick up. We can look at the tree.
That sky is bad news.
It doesn't look too healthy. Right, so let's knock on the door. I had the option to open it there. We're not going to just open the door. Knock, knock.
Hello? Anybody home? No answer.
Okay, now we can unlock the... Oh, never mind.
Wouldn't you know it, it's locked. There's got to be a way inside.
So we're going left or we're going right around the house? Oh, hello.
Not you making all that racket.
Yes, sir.
What
Yes.
God's green earth are you doing out here in this squall, young lady?
He looks handsome.
My companion
Looks like a
said I
handsome
need
guy.
place to ride out the storm. We thought this house was abandoned.
Well, it's not. But how many are ye?
There's 6 of us. That's our wagon back there on the road.
Well then, go fetch 'em.
You're sure?
I won't have ye blow away on me porch. And you'll be keeping an old man company.
Nice.
So long as
A
you're
friendly
not
old man.
bandits or
That's what we like.
thieves. Are ye?
No, sir. We're fortune seekers of an honest sort.
Then
Yes.
we'll be getting along just fine. Now, get your folk in here quick, before we all get whisked to Kingdom Come.
Perfectly fine. We'll get in there. I don't know if we're going to use the house
Appreciate
as
you letting
a...
us ride out the storm in here,
like as a
sir.
blocker.
Mighty good of you.
That painting looks very cool as well up there.
As I told your mate, I'm glad for the company.
Oh, got one leg.
Welcome to me home. I'm Captain Philip Boylan.
Pleasure's all ours. I'm Jake Ackerman. And this is Miss Legere, Mr. Luo, Mr. Marquez, Ms. Redbird, and Miss Johnson.
Fine-looking crew, sure.
It is.
And not
We're
to
good. We
worry,
are a
there's
good-looking
plenty
crew.
of space here. I've a spare room upstairs and a settee in the library.
We're sea captain.
Oh, Captain Boylan. Would that be a sea captain?
Aye,
We're a long way from water. What brought you out here?
there'll be time for trading tales soon enough. For now, I'll be needing some assistance.
All right, we
About
can
to
help with
start
that.
Supper. Seeing as I'm setting extra places, I could use a couple more hands.
I'd be glad to help.
As
Yeah.
would I.
Ah,
Danny and Redbird are... Danny and Nadine. Sorry, Redbird. Danny and Nadine.
Looks like you have your kitchen crew assembled. Thanks for stepping up, you two. Have fun.
all right, shall we? The rest of ye, make yourselves at home. I'll sound the gong when supper's ready.
All right. Thank you, crew. I mean, I could have offered to help there.
Nice enough, feller.
Indeed.
He must be lonely to take in a bunch of strangers like this.
I mean, it's a big house. Oh, you took us in, or you... No, actually, to be fair, she didn't take us in. We're paying her to take us in. There's a difference. We should be on our guard. No, I agree, he's
Maybe.
nice.
He seems like a kind man.
I do not know about you, but I am curious to see this library. See you all at dinner.
Very well. I'll probably join you in the library in a minute.
I'll be upstairs.
Alright, you taking the spare room. Well, I guess me and Jake are just gonna be,
What a spooky old house. What fun. See you later, Harley.
Oh, you're going on your own. Okay. Fine. I'll explore by myself. Right. So let's go look at the... That's got to be a basement.
That probably goes to a closet or a basement or something.
Can we open?
Locked.
I don't trust basements. You probably know this already, but I don't trust basements. I don't like basements. That's a library and a half.
It seems the good captain is an avid reader.
No kidding.
And guitar player. And enjoys himself a good bit of rum. I'm going to assume rum.
The label says Barbados rum.
Rum. I don't know what is the stereotype about thing. Look at that. I'm assuming we can take that.
A poker for stoking the fire.
I'm just gonna hold
What are you doing?
on to that.
We are Captain Boylan's guests, not common bandits.
I'm sorry, but it's point and click adventure. We are supposed to steal everything
That's
that we can get our hands on.
Isn't she? Very
I've got a really
finely
itchy
crafted.
ear today for some
I
reason.
wonder how the captain came by her.
Nice picture painting. That's another nice painting as well.
We're in the middle of the desert, but it feels like we could be at sea. Nautical adventures, war
Lots of
stories,
books.
medieval romances, and frontier tales.
Also that as well, that statue above the door. I don't know if I trust that, because if that falls over when you falls off when you're coming through the door, you're gonna lose your head. Maybe that's an actual thing.
Palace, I believe.
Oh, you know, who's Palace? I don't recognize Palace.
Classical dialogues, poetry, and natural philosophy.
I mean, he's definitely made a name for himself.
I'm no expert, but it looks old, foreign, and valuable.
Okay, so library is checked out. Let's go. Should we go to the kitchen or do we want to go upstairs first? I think we should go upstairs. Can we go upstairs? Yes, we can. See, I was aiming at the bottom of the stairs there. I've got a chest. Ship, is that his ship? Those look like whale teeth or shark teeth at the end there as well.
The Corona. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little model sailor that looks kind of like Captain Boylan.
I'm assuming it's going to be his ship.
The port of Gascon, if I'm not mistaken. Been years since I've seen it.
Look at it first. Before we just randomly try to open it.
Sea chest. I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway.
I'm actually glad she doesn't go snooping that much.
This is the water closet.
Let's have a look at them while we're there. We're checking everywhere.
Hey, I've seen this sort of thing before. I believe it's called
Scrimshaw, yeah. I think whale teeth. Scrimshaw is the whale teeth, not shark.
It's got an old sailing ship on it. It's been carved with a whale design. It's got a seabird on it, a pelican, I think. Someone carved a lighthouse onto this.
Very cool. I wonder if we're going to have to put these in order. I don't know what order we'll put them in. However, I'm going to check stuff out. Oh, hello. Clothes. Pile of clothes in the corner.
Miss Johnson, there you are.
Yep,
Anything interesting out there?
Anything through that spyglass?
just the wagon. Wanted to make sure it's standing up to the storm.
And is it?
Seems to be.
I think we're all right. Do you reckon?
Excuse me, won't you?
Yeah. You all right though? Bathroom. Just open that.
I shouldn't be snooping around.
Okay. I get the feeling we're going to get given a reason to snoop around.
I can just make out the wagon through the dust. At least it hasn't blown away.
Interesting these clothes though.
A musty-smelling mess of laundry. Captain Boylan was quite dashing in his youth.
Was that? How do you know it's a picture of him though?
Can't see much aside from the wagon parked down there.
All right, let's go into the next room, bedroom. We're just following her around the house. Well, how, Jake?
Wasted no time making yourself comfortable.
I like the music here as well. It's very relaxing.
My back's been acting up lately, you know? Truth is, it's been a while since I was out on the road like this, camping with only a bedroll every night. Guess I got used to inns and soft mattresses, and there's a decent bed in the show wagon. Now, it ain't like I've gone soft or nothing.
Yeah, of course.
You know, showing my old bones some love.
Use that. Wash my hands.
Ah.
I don't know if we washed our face as well.
Still going.
I'm glad we found a safe place to stay.
I don't know. I'll get a strange vibe. Like, he seems nice enough, but my intuition tells me there's something wrong in this house. And I don't know
Hey now, don't go snooping around in there. We don't want to get on our host's bad side.
Also very true. Yeah, I'm just getting a strange vibe from this place, because this is an awfully big house for just one guy. Like high roofs and things like that. You know, it's like almost like a mansion. Also, where's his bed? Because it said the spare room upstairs. So there's only one bed in here and the gong's going. I wondered what that was for a second. That scared me. So where's his bed?
I can't remember the last time this table was so full. How are you finding the fare?
Seems nice.
Not bad.
Phil's... Oh, I was going to Phil's something over.
The very soul of rustic simplicity. Quite simple and, unadorned.
Yes, it's a bit bland. No, I like it. I'm going to be polite.
And no adornment needed. My compliments to the kitchen. Helpers included.
In any case, it's been a real pleasure having a proper meal at a table.
Been roughing it then?
And
Yeah,
now,
we have been roughing it.
don't compare to this.
Where are ye folks headed?
El Presidio.
Ah, I used to sail out of there.
Oh, he's got a very slight, like, Keanu Reeves vibe. I don't know. It's a very, very slight. I'm probably going to get crucified for that. Do you think about Dr. Clark?
Have you by chance heard of Dr. Bennett Clark?
I can't say the name rings a bell. Is he a friend of yours?
I see matches up there as well.
No relevance.
So I'm looking
Can't
for
imagine why
things to
Mr.
check.
Share would bring him up. You said you sailed from El Presidio, Captain Boylan?
Aye, for many a year. I used to captain a whaler.
No.
Oh, nice.
You must have some
Proper stories on that one.
A fair few. I could tell ye about the largest beast we ever snared. The one what took me leg.
Yeah, sure, let's hear it.
Go on then, tell us.
It was back in 25.
Are we getting it or not?
Off the coast of New Spain. We were on the point of giving up, when suddenly, a great monster breaches off the port bow. She
Great whale?
was the biggest I'd ever seen. I shouted the order to launch the whaleboats in pursuit. Me men put all their backs and all their hearts into rowing, and soon we was on her. All around, the water was churning white with foam. The beast surfaced again so close, we nearly capsized. But the harpooner had steady legs.
One of those
and a steadier
unfortunate
aim
businesses,
on it.
really.
These
Whale
were
catching whales.
Then the battle began. Oh, how she thrashed and reared. Somehow, the rope got wrapped round me leg and pulled and tore almost clean through. I thought I was a goner for sure.
That's 'cause smart.
Over yet. At last, the beast tired out. We hauled her in just as it was getting dark. Cutting her up was no easy job. She was 50 foot if she was an inch. Got a good sum for all that oil and blubber. But it wasn't only the whale went under the knife that night. Doc cut me up too. Taking care of what little was left of me leg by that point. Saved me life.
Quite a tale.
That is quite a tale.
That poor creature.
I
Yes.
doubt you'd feel that way if you met one yourself, Missy.
How about we just finish our dinner? If anybody has an appetite left after that story.
Aye, fair enough.
I think that's fine. I've had worse stories at dinner. You know, people talking about murderers and cutting up victims.
No, that...
You know,
was a
true
fine-
crime stories.
And a fine meal should be followed by some fine rum and conversation. Would you care to join me in
Sounds like the
library?
storm's passed.
That sounds like a perfect way to pass the evening.
I'm going to retire. Sounds like the storm's died down, so I'm bunking in the wagon.
You sure that's a good idea, Miss Johnson?
I'm sure. See y'all bright and early.
I think she just wants to be away from this place.
Harley, a word?
Yes?
What is it?
Captain Boylan's a friendly feller, but you were a mite loose-lipped at dinner, if I may say. We don't need every Tom, Dick, and Harry knowing about our search for Clark's money.
I never mentioned the money.
I only asked Boylan if he'd heard of Clark, not a word about the
Yeah,
money.
basically,
Still, you're treading on thin ice.
I wouldn't ask about the money
Curious sort might
itself.
Start probing, and we don't need that.
Point taken.
Glad we're on the same page. Now let's go join the party.
Don't be telling me off like a child. But I understand your point. I didn't say,
Sure you
didn't
want
mention the
that
money.
from rum, Miss Redbird?
I'm sure. Thank you.
And for you, Miss Leisure.
You can
No,
spare me
not
up
for
for
me.
as well, Captain.
Aye, fair enough. A toast to new friends.
Cheers!
I kind of wonder if this thing's poisoned.
Damn, where'd you say this stuff came from?
A gift from an old friend in Barbados. Best rum in the world.
Would that be Captain Barbosa?
Plenty more in me cellar. You're welcome to it. Now then, Mr. Marquez, I had a question for you.
Or Galbraith Three Blood?
have an
One of the
answer.
two.
Am I mistaken, or are ye of the new Spanish persuasion?
I am, yes.
Ha ha! Grand! I'd like ye to have this.
New Spanish persuasion. Oh, guitar.
She belonged to an old friend of mine.
I don't know.
New Spanish.
Would you take that as disrespectful?
He used to play
New
the
Spanish
most
rather than
beautiful
Mexican?
music. He left her to me when he died, but I always.
Unless
felt
it's
she
not
should
different, not the same
return to
world.
her proper home.
It's not the same world as ours, so I don't know whether the
I'm
New
honoured.
Spanish was actually a
Suppose I ought
term
to have asked if you play.
in like real life.
In fact, I do. A little bit, anyway.
Go on then. Give us a song.
Very well. But let me tune her first.
We're getting a good song. Nice.
That should do. Now,
Now for a brief musical
I
interlude.
remember.
I mean, he's pretty well for, being out of tune and, practicing. That was beautiful.
Goodness, that was beautiful. Where did you learn that?
Thank you, Harley. I had a tutor as a child. My father insisted I learn to play something, so I chose the guitar.
Not a bad choice.
Well, ain't you just full of surprises?
I think this
I was never
calls
any good
for
at musical
another
instruments
round.
when I was a kid.
Hear, hear.
Or even now, I'm not good at musical instruments. I was more of a tech kid than a musical kid.
But this old salt needs his beauty sleep. Stay up late as he like. All I ask is he not disturb me in me quarters. I'm not a light sleeper, but I can be a right bastard when startled.
I
Probably
promise
yes.
We'll steer clear and tiptoe quieter than the angels. Good night, Captain.
See y'all in the morning.
See you in a bit. See, there's another bit of scrimshaw on that thing. I wonder if those bits of scrimshaw are a puzzle. Also wondering where your quarters are.
Don't know about you folks, but I ain't ready to bed down just yet.
Yes, the night is still young.
Let's say we have a couple more rounds.
And the rum's all gone now.
Captain Boylan said he had more in the cellar.
I'll just go fetch a bottle.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a bad idea. Cellar door's locked. Are we going to find something crazy in this house?
Oh, bad news.
Yeah, I know that.
Locked.
Oh, chingada.
Guess the party's over then?
Not necessarily. Harley, would you be so kind as to apply your skills to our little problem?
Do I want to do this?
Sure, I can get that door
Let's
open.
do it.
Trickier without lockpicks, but I'll improvise.
Let's do it.
Girl. Let us know when you done it.
We're here for an adventure, and I think playing it safe is gonna be a little bit boring. So we're gonna go for it, and hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. Do we have anything? Do we need to find something to do?
Locked.
So we need to find something for lockpick. So let's have a bit of a poke around that we can use as a lockpick. Matchstick, probably.
Dinner gong. Can't imagine it gets much use.
Let's take some of
Don't
those.
mind if I do.
Those are matchsticks. Do we just need to use a matchstick, or we're doing all right? What else are we doing? So that's his quarters. I don't know if we should... Keys.
Better not. Don't want to risk waking him. They're right over Captain Boylan's head. I can't reach for them without disturbing him.
I mean, we could go on the other side.
Better not. Don't want to risk waking him.
Alright, so are we going to need the keys? Can we take the thing? I don't know why I'm feeling the need to be quiet.
Here, Joni. A quill and ink. How charming.
True.
The captain still has some old country pride.
Right, so let's get out of here. So those who've got... I mean, it makes sense because he's got the peg leg, so he's not going to be able...
snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway.
I mean, we're snooping around for lockpicks or something to use lockpicks with. Unless we're just going to use the matches. Can we use the matches as it is?
Stocked, but not with anything I need.
Alright, let's try these matches on the door. Because I would like to think that we would need more than just matches. Is she going to be able to do that?
That won't get the door open.
Okay, so let's go upstairs. So we're definitely missing some bits. Can we have a look through here? I'm going to say we're not going to be able to snoop.
I shouldn't be snooping.
Right. Again, and we're going to snoop. It's not going to let us snoop.
I shouldn't be.
Okay. So my question is, where is... I was going to say, where's Lola, but she's in the wagon man, stupid. Anything in the drawer?
It's empty.
Can we open that? No
I
snooping?
shouldn't be.
Okay. Look through that.
I can just make out the wagon through the dust. At least it hasn't blown away.
Can we have a look in there and see if we can find anything in here?
Musty smelling mess of laundry.
Okay, so we can't snoop. Can't do anything with that, I don't think. We may as well check it anyway.
It's been carved with a whale design.
And we've got a whole bunch of paper that we don't need. Right. Oh, hold on. I may as well check the bathroom again. Back up we go. I don't think there's going to be anything in there.
This is the water closet.
Very true. No business. Right. So are we trying to pick the lock? We need to try to find something to do lockpicks with. So we've only found matches, but where can we use matches to get what we need?
I believe these are the kind of matches you can strike anywhere.
Okay. Can we ever sort any of that out? Can we steal that?
Imagine bringing down a giant whale with something like that.
Lots of things like that, to be fair. Right. Back in here. Can we have a hint as to what we can use for lockpicks. Yo, Phil. Wait, can I borrow the poker?
Have you gotten that cellar door open yet?
Not yet. Can I take that?
This could be useful.
For what, though? Or are we just going to break the door?
I don't know if this is a good idea, but once Jake gets something in his head, there's no stopping him.
I'm beginning to regret a little bit.
Time's a wasting, Harley. Get that.
Please try not to get us in any trouble, Harley.
I don't know whether I want to do this anymore.
Barbados rum.
I don't think I want to do this anymore, but I don't think we can back out of this now. I'm worried that we're going to find something or find nothing and he's going to be really annoyed.
Yes, I'd say this came from someplace in Africa.
I mean, can we just use that straight on the door?
I could try prying the door open.
Find another way. I want to find another way. I don't want to be prying the door because it's going to wake him up. Back in the kitchen. I mean, ideally we could just go and get the keys. I mean, can we...
It's empty.
Could we maybe use the poker to hook the keys off without leaning and give us a bit of extra reach? I mean, we can try. Just don't drop the keys on his head. Other way, other way.
Got him.
Okay, let's go. At least we're not busting down doors or anything like that. We can sneak in and get some rum. It does feel like I'm being really bad here and we're stealing, like, taking advantage of his hospitality. It's strange that we're not snooping around.
Jake? Phil? I got it.
I'm just worried that we're not going to find anything nasty down here and that we're going to end up being in the wrong.
I cannot see a thing.
Justify.
How about we light that wall lamp?
Good job I have matches already.
Much better.
Now, about that rum.
What was that?
Sounded like the captain's voice. Come on.
Night terror? It has to be a night terror.
You heard it too, huh?
Yes, it came from upstairs, I think.
It sounded like Captain Boylan, but aren't his quarters on this floor?
Yes, they
I
are.
thought the same.
Perhaps we should go see if he's all right.
Yep, you and Miss Redbird check the spare room. Danny and I'll check the bedroom. Harley, you look in the captain's quarters.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the captain's
Ain't got
quarters.
time to lose.
Okay, now I feel a little bit less guilty. Just a little bit. I'm hoping that there's some justification for us to break in his trust. Please don't attack me. Please be alive. Hopefully it's just a night terror. He's gone.
Odd. Captain Boylan's not here. Where could he have gone?
I mean, are you hiding in the closet?
Can't really see anything in here.
Okay, so there's nothing in there. Okay, so he's definitely not hiding out in the drawer. But
There's an old book in here. A journal.
Okay.
Take it.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna guess that this journal's gonna be like the one in the last episode, or not the last episode, the episode before last. So what I'm going to do is, like I did in that episode, if it's anywhere long, I'm going to cut to the end of the thing. I'm going to add the reading of this journal to the very end of the episode, like I did in the last time I had a journal, because that seemed like an alright thing to do. Seems, you know? Right, let's read it.
There's not much in here. I guess Captain Boylan didn't care much for writing. Here's an interesting passage.
Fisher landed another whale today on his first shot. I asked him how he managed it. Turns out he's been tying his wife's kerchief to the harpoon handle. Swears it brings luck and improves his aim. Ah, to be young and in love.
Okay, that was... Alright, never mind. There's not going to be a journal entry at the end of this episode. Although, you know, I think the way I did it before was an alright way of doing it. I didn't receive any complaints. Right. I was expecting it to be a lot longer. So he's not in his room. So where did he go? May as well search everywhere now.
I shouldn't be snooping around.
Okay. Can't grab that. So we still can't snoop around fully.
The others are looking upstairs. I need to check the captain's quarters.
Okay, so we were just in there. So we must have missed something. Do we have a secret? Do we have a secret wardrobe or something? Like Lion the Witch in the wardrobe?
Can't really see anything in here.
Wait, are we lighting a match?
Hang on.
Oh,
what's
okay.
this? There's a small switch in the back. Well, I'll be damned.
Secret attic with shallow stairs for a peg leg. Okay. Hello.
Captain.
Are you alright?
You're still breathing, thank God.
Are you okay though?
Come on, I'll get help.
Also, what are you doing up here? And how did the door shut behind you? What is this place?
He appears to be fine physically, but he seems to be in some sort of trance.
A trance? How do you mean?
His eyes are open, but he's not really awake. He's gone within himself. I've seen people do this voluntarily, to meditate or relive certain memories. But
that painting's going to be that picture in the back is going to be interesting.
I'm not entirely sure. Did he say anything when you found him, Harley?
Not a word.
Yeah, nothing there.
Boss.
Just a scream.
Something brought this on, but what?
Could have been something he ate, maybe drank too much. Why did he come into this hidden room?
Something to do with this room? If he went to the trouble of building a secret passage, it must have some significance to him.
That's a very good point. I would say this place is a sanctuary.
But from what? The man lives alone in the desert already. What's he need a secret sanctuary for?
Look, I don't quite know.
On the wall there.
So don't trip over his leg.
It's a sketch of Captain Boylan with 5 other men. His crew, maybe? There's a signature.
Cranach.
A. Cranach.
Cranach! God forgive me.
Hi.
Captain, can you hear me?
The doom? The doom!
What doom? What do you mean?
What's going on here?
Nowhere. I ought to have taken heed. I ought to have let it take me.
Captain? Captain?
Well, I don't really think that's a night terror. Should I say that name again? When the ether's going on. What's going on? What's going on?
What was going on?
I think I have an idea.
Yes?
That chair, the way it's positioned, facing that sketch, this room being hidden, I think something happened to those men. Something bad. And I think the captain blames himself for it.
Sounds like it.
Probably comes in here to punish himself.
Oh, how you figure that?
Because, well, call it a hunch.
I don't know. Seems kind of far-fetched.
No, I think Danny's onto
Not
something there.
entirely. I've read some of the new theories about the study of the mind. A particularly traumatic event may have shaken Captain Boylan's sanity.
So, he has gone mad.
Yes, but he may not be beyond help. We could try to reach him. I could try a form of hypnosis.
Oh, sure. That's
Okay.
where you get him to cluck like a chicken, right?
Not that
at
kind
all.
of,
It
not
means
that kind of
he would be calmed
hypnosis.
and put into a receptive state. Then we could speak directly with his unconscious mind. But to have the best chance, we would have to recreate the environment he's experiencing as accurately as possible.
Okay. How do we do that?
Recreate the environment? Just how do you propose we do that?
We must each take on a role.
Oh, you mean like play acting?
Something like that. If we can each convincingly assume the identities of the men in that sketch, the captain may feel they are truly here with him.
Okay.
His fantasy will become clear, and we'll be able to guide him through and out of it.
Sounds just crazy enough to work.
But we know nothing about these men, aside from what they look like.
Which means we need to find out more. The more details we have, the better.
Then let's put this show together. Harley, you're good at finding things. See if Captain Boylan had a diary or something.
I mean,
All right.
yeah, his journal. You mean this journal? You mean this journal right here?
What's this, a journal?
Captain
Yes.
Boylan's personal one.
I see. Well, I'll let you pore over it for any pertinent information.
Okay. So, what's the plan
Gotta
here?
be something we can do for him. Well, if that won't help.
Okay, so it mentioned
That's
the-
Captain Boylan on the left. The 5 other men must be his crew, but I have no idea who any of them are.
he's got a book on diseases. Ooh, no, hold on.
That's Captain Boylan on the left. The 5 other men must be his crew, but I have no idea who any of them are.
I mean, he's got a book on diseases, so, and he's got the harpoon, and I'm assuming that's the handkerchief. So this is... What do you say his info
There's
was?
not much in here. Here's an interesting passage.
Fisher landed another whale
Fisher.
today on his first shot. I asked him how he managed it. Turns out he's been tying his wife's kerchief to the harpoon handle. Swears it brings luck and improves his aim. Ah, to be young and in love.
So that's possibly we need to find a handkerchief.
Poor Captain Boylan. It's not easy living with demons.
You seem like you have a personal thing in that. Right, so how can we...
I hope we're able to help the captain.
Do we need to find, like, the items in here? Okay, so I think we
That's
need to
Captain Boylan on the
find...
left. The 5 other men must be his crew, but I have no idea who any of them are.
Okay, so we... I think we've seen some of these items. I don't know about this. Maybe the cloth on his head is the one that's in the kitchen. Maybe. I don't know about that one. Harpoon is above the door. Above the cellar door. I don't know if we need to add the handkerchief. I was looking at that book of diseases. However, that right there is a whale scrimshaw. We've seen one of those upstairs. We've seen that hat upstairs in the pile of clothes. And we've looked through that looking glass, which is in the upstairs as well, in the spare room. Not spare room, the other room. So I'm thinking, I don't know about this guy. I don't know what item. I'm assuming possibly the hat. Maybe the distinguishing feature is the tattoo, the anchor tattoo. So let's go pick up some stuff. See if we can grab the... where is it? I mean, we could do it. Take the ink. Ink tattoo. We can draw it on.
The captain won't miss this for now.
Okay. It has to be the tattoo then, because we can draw that on with the ink. I'm going to say, looking at that, that's the...
Not much inside. There is a folded up piece of paper. Seems to be a recipe for sea biscuits. There's a note. Your favorites. Told you they were simple to make. Perhaps someday you can
we
make
making
some
biscuits?
up for me. It's initialed GOM.
Okay. Did we take that? No, we didn't.
Well stocked, but not with anything I need.
Okay, so we're not doing that right now. So I thought that might be in the thingy's hat. We're all right. It's got to be the tattoo. So we're looking for the harpoon, which is that. I don't know if we're going to reach it from here, although we're going to need a stool.
Can't reach it from down here.
Yep, thought so. Fantastic. Can we use the poker to knock it off?
I could reach it with the poker and knock it down, but it's liable to impale me. I'd better find a safer way.
I mean, hide behind the door. Can we get a chair, though? Can we take one of these chairs? I mean, they're probably really heavy.
Some kind of navigational instrument. I haven't a clue how it works. Such an intricate design.
Picture.
A gentum jug.
Gentum jug? I don't know what that is. Probably something important. Alright, so we need to find a chair or something. Maybe we can get one in the kitchen. So let's go back into the kitchen. Let's see if we can grab a chair to get this harpoon. And then we can go upstairs to get the rest of the stuff. We can't interact with any of these chairs. Fantastic. So what can we do to get the thing? Probably something really straightforward, to be fair. We're also going to go check out the rest of the basement as well. Because we went into the basement, we had to see... Even, right, take the whale one.
I'll put back the one I'm carrying first.
Okay, so no, we can only carry one. Okay.
I'll put back the...
We can't take them all. We're taking the whale one because the whale one's the one that's in the picture. Open that chest. Open the chest.
Spare linens and an old sketch.
Let's have a look at the sketch.
A sketch of a ship. The Derwent. There's a note. Captain Boylan, looking forward to our first voyage together. Signed A. Cranach. Cranach? That's the same name on the sketch in the attic. So the Derwent must be the ship I'm looking for.
Okay, so that's the Derwent right there.
The plaque says the Corona.
Oh, the Corona.
That's interesting. There's a little... and that other one there looks like one of the men in the attic sketch. I need to figure out exactly who it is.
Okay. And let's check this drawer. That's got to be... Is it... No, this is the spare room. Would there be anything in here?
There's an empty bottle and a note in here. I'll take the note.
Let's have a look at the note. Read the note.
Captain Boylan, I recommend taking 1 nitroglycerin tablet per day and avoiding overexcitement. Dr. Francois.
Oh, nitroglycerin.
Nice to be able to freshen up.
Right. So we've got other notes that we don't particularly need. However, I know we can get we've got the Scrimshaw. Got that. We can take the hat.
I'll take this hat.
Let's check that as well while we're up here, because I'm sure we're going to be able to open it up now.
Looks like a navigational chart. I'll take it with me.
Now, are we recreating the people as well as the incident? So what else do we need?
The plaque says the Corona. Oh, that's interesting. And that other one there looks like one of the men in the attic sketch. I need to figure out exactly who it is.
But how do we work that out? Let's look at
There's
that.
a path drawn around an island that says Detour. The name of the island's been crossed out.
Look
It's
at
in
that.
surprisingly good shape for being so old.
So we have a whole load of information and a whole bunch of stuff. Let's go back down to the basement. See if we can find some more stuff in there, if it even lets us get in. We also need something to get that harpoon. I'm thinking we may need a handkerchief in order to do that as well. Can't take a chair from the kitchen, can't take a one from inside there. Oh, we can take that stool though. I'm glad I came down here now. We can take that stool. Also, can we
Another unlit lamp.
use matches on that? We've got... Does it actually... Are these actually going down? 3. I'm sure we had 5 before. We've used 2.
There we are.
Oh, we've still got 3. Alright. Let's have a look at the room. I'm looking at that pink
Chock
picture.
full of rum bottles.
And nothing over there.
This crate's been emptied.
Okay, so let's check out this, because this seems
An
important.
old navigational chart. Looks awfully familiar.
So can we use this with this to compare the two?
These two charts show the same land masses. The island crossed out on my chart is called Hastram Scary.
Nice. Are we going to...
Old
Do I have to remember
chart.
this information?
Looks awfully familiar.
Hastram Scary. Do we have to remember all this? Because I'm not going to remember all this. So let's get the harpoon. Let's use that with the harpoon. Don't fall down the stairs. Okay, so I don't know what else we need here. It says we need to find information.
I feel sorry for the sea beast that gets one of these through its hide.
Very true. Do we need the handkerchief? That's what I'm wondering. We also need to apparently work out who the... Hold on. Wait. I went upstairs. Can we use... Can we use that on that? No? Can we use that with that? We need to find out who this guy is.
Captain Boylan, I recommend
Oh, that's nitroglycerin.
a sketch of a ship, the Derwent. There's a note. Captain Boylan, looking forward to our first voyage together. Signed, A. Kranich.
Okay, so Kranich's important. So are we done up here? For now, we need to do the whole ship thing. Do we need to find a journal on who or where the guy on the Derwent, the Cronoa, whatever it's the other ship.
Definitely not the one that got away.
I mean, it's a proper swordfish. Right. We can make sea biscuits. There's no note about the sea biscuits, though, is there?
February 9th, 8 Clark, I have a business proposal. You may stay.
Okay.
You will...
It's
P.S.
Okay. Let's go back to thing. We're going to see if we have everything we need. I'm assuming we're going to need more information. Checked in the drawer, didn't we?
no mirror. I guess Captain Boylan doesn't do much preening here.
Okay, up we'll go. Right. Hello, guys. So can we have a look at that again? And we're going to talk to people.
That's Captain Boylan on the left. The 5 other men must be his crew, but I have no idea who any of them are.
Right, can we use that on that? Can we use them on that?
We ought to find out who those men in the sketch are before amassing a collection of trinkets.
I mean, okay. I mean, I've collected an amass of trinkets.
We can do for him.
Okay, so how do we work out here?
To help the captain.
That's Captain Boylan on the left. 5 other men must be his crew, but I have no idea who any of them are.
So we're missing some stuff. Can we use this on... We can't use anything on that.
There's gotta be some...
Alright, so we're definitely missing something. Can we look at the candles?
Boylan set up a sort of shrine from the look of it.
Okay, a little bit of help here would be good.
I must admit, this is all very odd. Though I do pity the captain.
So tell me, how do we
Let me
put...
know when you found something that might tell us who those fellers in the sketch are.
Can we just give him...
Seems like handy information to know.
True. Right. Can we select? Do I just give you the documents that we've got?
Find. I'm sure this information will be pertinent.
Right. What else do we get? Can we have a look at the?
What's this? A journal?
Captain
Yes.
Boylan's personal one.
I see. Well, I'll let you pour.
Okay. So I'm genuinely a little bit confused because I've got all stuff. I don't know how we're supposed to find out the information.
A bit tight, but not the worst look.
Can we? Oh, we can't. Okay. Can we use these items on him?
Oh, that won't help the poor man.
I don't know if we could get like a reference to it and select that. Can we give him the harpoon?
That won't help the poor.
We ought to find out who.
Alright, so we're definitely missing something that tells us who they are. But I'm trying to think where else have we not looked? Tricky's bed.
Looks like a sea bunk. Guess old habits die hard.
Alright, let's go explore the house a bit more. Right. So we need more information. Where are we going to get more information? Wait, hold on. Library. He's got a whole load of books. I wonder if he's something to do with the ship on the books. That would kind of make sense. Right, search the bookcase.
Ah, here we are. The logbook for the Derwent.
Oh, never mind. There we go. First try. First try. So let's have a look. Can we read that?
Derwent sailed out of El Presidio in 1830. Listed crew is Captain Philip Boylan, First Mate Michael Benelli, Navigator Karanga Payo, Harpooner Jalal Fisher, Dr. Jonas Francois, Cook George O'Malley, and Alfred Cranach, profession unlisted.
Nice. Okay, so does that mean we have everything we need? Or are we making sea biscuits? For the cook? Because we don't have anything for the cook, do we? No. Can we make sea biscuits?
Not much inside. There is a folded up piece of paper. Seems to be a recipe for sea biscuits. There's a note. Your favorites. told you they were simple to make. Perhaps someday you can whip some up for me. It's initialed GOM.
Okay, so can we make them? Interact with the
For
cooker?
an old sea captain, Boylan's got some rather modern conveniences.
Oh, it's that whaling money.
It's empty.
Okay, so can we get some in there? That's the only thing I can think is we don't have...
Stocked, but not with anything I need.
Because we can't pick up the... Couldn't pick up the recipe there. Let's go back up to the... I'm going the wrong way. I was going to say let's go back up to the attic. Give him the journal. And so give him the logbook. And see if that triggers something. Because we'll see, we need to find out who they are and everything like that. So I think that's what we've done, but we've also done a whole load of the other legwork. And select. Can I give that to Jake? Can I have that?
I found the ship's log for the crew in the sketch.
Nicely done. Let's have a look.
Okay. Let's trigger that
Alright,
off.
So we've got a first mate, navigator, harpooner, doctor, cook, and artist. We can probably leave that last one out.
Okay, so Danny can be the cook, Nadine the doctor, Phil the harpooner, you can be the navigator, and I'll be the first mate.
Oh, don't you think I ought to be the first mate?
Why?
Does it really matter?
Reckon not. Right, now all we need are some props.
I think I have most of them.
Sure, for authenticity. Have another look at the sketch.
Okay, I think we'll have most of them already.
Each
Because
of the crewmen
that's
is
how
either
my...
wearing or holding something unique.
Jake's right. If we each have the appropriate item, it will increase our chances of convincing the captain that we are his former crew. I'd also suggest trying to learn at least one personal detail about each one, just in case.
Okay, I'll have a look around.
Bring me any items you find.
And let me know when you're ready to begin the performance.
Okay,
This is a lot to keep track of. I'd better make a list.
probably a good idea. Do we have a list? There we go. That's gotta be it. Right. Boylan's crew, props and information. First mate, Michael Benelli, prop, blank, info, blank. Change course to go around Hastrom Skerry, prop, Karenga Pile. Harpooner, prop, ties wife's kerchief to a harpoon for luck. So, prop. So we got all the information apart from Michael Benelli. So can we give that to him? Can we start giving them stuff? Will that fill in the props?
Here's a harpoon for Mr. Fisher.
All right, this one's yours, Phil.
I do hope this works.
Alright, hold on. We'll best check that. Let's read that. Harpoon. Okay, so it fills it in automatically. Alright, so we've got to guess it and fill it in. But we need a bit of information about Benelli. Prop. I don't know about the prop for thing as well. Oh, wait. We'll work that out for them.
I found this inkwell and quill. Should work for drawing O'Malley's tattoo on Danny.
Right. I'll hold on to this thing
Alright,
until it's...
so that's that one. That's the cook. And select that.
A spyglass for Navigator Pio.
Great.
And select, give
Here,
him the hat.
This is the hat First Mate Benelli wore.
Perfect. I'll hang on to it.
And select.
Seems like handy information to know.
Right. And let's have a quick thing. So we still need the doctor. Oh, that's a scrimshaw. And then we need info about Benelli. So that'll be the last thing. So let's grab.
Here's a carved whale tooth for Dr. Francois.
This one's you, Miss Redbird. Nice work, Harley. I think we got all the props we need.
Okay, so we found all the props. So we just need more information about
Interesting find. I'm sure this information will be pertinent.
I don't know if I'm supposed to find all these things. Can I give you that?
Thanks, but no thanks.
No? You're not interested? Right, so we need to find information about First Mate.
That's Captain Boylan on the left. According to the ship's log, these other men are Harpooner Jalal Fisher, Cook George O'Malley, Dr. Jonas Francois, First Mate Michael Benelli, and Navigator Karenga Payo.
So we need more information about Benelli. So where are we going to get that? Maybe the ship. Maybe that ship model. That's a possibility. Let's go for the ship model. Because we needed to work out who it was. And I'm assuming maybe the ship model, maybe this ship was the second ship that they served on. The one that like this was maybe the first ship.
The plaque says the Corunna. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little model sailor that looks kind of like Captain Boylan. And that looks like First Mate Benelli. They must have been shipmates.
Is that the information we need? Yes, it is. Served with Boylan on the Corunna. Okay, so we're ready to go. I hope I'm going to remember that. I hope I'm going to remember all this information. Because I'm assuming it's going to be a time thing. I'm going to have to provide information on the fly. Or am I gonna do some like history? Like, am I gonna do some like preparation on this? Or we're just gonna go in for it? Right, so let's have a quick check of this. I'm gonna read this thing again. So we are Benelli, served with Boylan on the Corunna. Change course to go around Hastrom Skerry is Pio, the spyglass. Harpooner ties his wife handkerchief to the harpoon for luck. Scrimshaw prescribed medication for Boylan's heart, and Boylan's favourite meal is sea biscuits. Alright. We're just going to go for it. I'm not going to save scum.
Ready to go? Keep in mind, we'll likely only get one chance at this.
I really hope we do this, and that my memory doesn't.
I think so. I
found everything we can. We've got
Excellent. Let's gather everything together.
We've got everything. Whether we'll pull this off, I don't know, but we can actually fail this, and I think it's going to be bad if
we can each say
I'm going to feel really guilty.
Captain Boylan, hear the voices of your former crew.
Me crew?
Go ahead, Harley. You start.
First Mate Michael Benelli reporting for duty, Captain Boylan.
Michael, can it be?
Yes, maybe.
Boylan, it's Karenga Payo, your navigator.
Payo, you're alive?
Captain Boylan, it's me, George O'Malley. Supper is almost ready.
Ah, yes, I can smell it. Delicious.
I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing.
I am Jalal Fisher, harpooner.
Of course, Fisher! I knew you'd made it.
And I am Dr. Jonas Francois.
Doc! Oh, Doc, how I've needed you.
We're actually on the ship.
Can it be?
Yes, Captain. We've come to speak with you.
But you're not some devils sent to trick me?
We are
No.
not, I assure you.
No, we're not.
Benelli, if it's truly yourself, tell me the name of the ship we served on before the Derwent.
That is the Corunna.
How could I forget the Corunna?
Aye, an unforgettable ship she was.
I'm trying to remember this. Do we have time?
I don't know how it'd be possible, but it's good you're back. Payo!
Aye, Captain.
Remind me of the course correction ye made this morning?
Seeing around Hastrom Skerry.
Hastrom Scary.
That's right. I remember now.
Memory.
Fine
I'm
work.
glad I'm not on a timer for
This'll
this.
surely save us some time. Fisher, have ye your harpoon at the ready?
Aye, sir.
And your aim will be true?
Tied my wife's kerchief to the handle.
I have my wife's lucky kerchief tied to the handle.
Ah, good. Then our hunt is sure to succeed.
So it's
Sir,
nitroglycerin.
I believe I know that delicious scent. But remind me what it is you're making.
Sea biscuits.
Why, your favorite, of course. Sea biscuits.
As I suspected, I can hardly
And then
wait
it's
for a taste.
nitroglycerin for his heart.
Captain, I recommend you take it easy.
Why is that, Dr. Francois?
You've got a weak heart.
I don't want you to put any stress on your heart. Have you been taking your nitroglycerin tablets?
I have. I think I have. I can't believe what I'm seeing
Yes.
in here.
I don't know if this is going to turn out well or not.
Y'all are really here.
If he's going to snap out of it and realise that we're not who we say are, it's going to shatter his mind.
Thunder! I can't make sense of this.
Perhaps you still can. Tell us what you remember.
20 years ago, the Derwent left El Presidio on the hunt for whales.
Yes.
He'd been out for months, with almost naught to show for it. A wretched haul, and wretched pay. Benelli came to me, saying the crew was getting agitated, yearning for home. Forgive me, Benelli. I ought to have listened to you. After the third
fine.
time you tried to speak sense, I tossed you in the brig for insubordination. One more, I said. We'll not turn for home before we bring in one more whale.
So do you get us killed?
Fisher, at least.
Did you get, sorry, us? Get all of them killed?
I didn't want to believe them. Didn't want to turn back. But there was a devil of a storm brewing. And he brought us down. Poor Benelli. Locked in the brig. To drown like a rat. And the rest of ye didn't stand a chance once the ship turned over. Brave, brave Fisher. You saved me life when it ought to have been me what went down with the Derwent. Ah, lads. That night's been eating away at me for 20 years.
We forgive you.
I wish I could.
We forgive you. Snap out of it.
How I wish I could make things right.
I hope this doesn't end badly. Should feel guilty you're a terrible captain. You can't change the past, but you can learn to live with it. Or we forgive you. Okay, we're definitely going to go, you should, we're not going to go, you feel guilty, you were a terrible captain. You can't change the past, but you can learn to live with it. Or we forgive you. Do we just go straight, we forgive you?
It's all right. We've come to tell you that we forgive you.
You do? But I be the reason you're all dead.
Did you cause the storm?
Did you?
Of course I didn't. But if I'd listened and turned back, we'd never have been caught in it.
Suppose we had turned back and been boarded and murdered by pirates.
What's that got to do with anything?
Bad things happen. Most of them we can't control.
True.
Made a mistake.
I think I might have made it. I think I might have made the right choice here.
That doesn't make you a bad person. You were given a second chance. The important thing is
To use it wisely.
Oh,
You already are. Not everyone would take in 5 strangers seeking shelter without question.
It won't ever stop hurting. But you can take the pain and turn it into something good.
I suppose you're right. I swear I'll do right by all of you.
Make your house a hotel.
Thank ye. You've given me a moment of peace. I hope to God you've found it as well.
Yes.
Oh, I am weary.
I think we might have succeeded in that.
I hope so. Come, we should get some sleep. And let's refrain from mentioning this to the captain in the morning.
This wasn't us at all. Let's put all the stuff back. We should put all the stuff back.
Appreciate your hospitality, Captain.
Think nothing of it. I hope you all slept well.
Very much so. And yourself?
Best sleep I've had in years.
I'm glad to hear it.
Ye said you were headed to El Presidio?
Yes, we are.
Right.
Then I wonder if I might trouble ye for a small favour.
What might that be?
Needs delivering. Could I entrust it to ye?
Of course.
My thanks. I'd also like to leave ye with a couple of mementos.
Okay.
For being so quick to volunteer and help out. Mr. Luo and Miss Redbird, please, take this bottle.
Nice, good bit of rum.
Arcadian rum. Perhaps ye might split it between ye. Makes dull work go faster.
Oh, thanks. That's very kind.
And for you, Miss Leger, this tea caddy.
A tea caddy?
I carved the inlay myself.
Looks very nice. It is beautiful.
Best of luck on your journey. And if ye ever pass this way again, feel free to knock on me door.
Thanks, Captain, we will.
I noticed we didn't put the harpoon back.
Our stay at Captain Boylan's farmhouse was anything but dull.
Definitely not dull.
Sure whether we truly helped him for good and all. But he seemed himself again when he saw us off this morning. I do believe he was truly lonely in his self-imposed exile and grateful for even the brief company we offered.
Sometimes all you need.
After traveling half the day, we've stopped for a brief rest, and Nadine has asked me to accompany her on an excursion into the desert. For what purpose, I shall soon learn.
Thank you for accompanying me, Harley.
Hi.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
What are we doing exactly?
Gathering firewood. There's probably plenty of petrified wood, but we should be able to find some useful scrub.
Okay. And why do you ask me alone?
How come you asked me to come with you anyway?
You would have preferred I ask someone else?
No, just curious.
Just curious.
I thought it would be nice to spend some time together. Get a moment to breathe. Big groups aren't my favorite.
Yes, I can see your point.
Over here looks promising.
And the fact that we're Leger's the only other lady in the group. Oh, well, sorry, outside of Lola, but she's a little bit more prickly than I am. Alright, so after that eventful night, I think we are going to leave that here for this week. I had a nice time in the mansion. Let's go Big Me real quick. So yeah, I'm intrigued by these stories that we're having as over the course of the thing. I was expecting just to skip the journey straight to Presidio and then continue from there. But I like the fact that we're doing little what I would call side quests on our journey, because it adds a little bit extra flavour. And I think we've probably got a few more to go. But I imagine that we're going to be doing like a couple of events, then like a companion mission, like, you know, like a bonding event. We've obviously already done one with Danny. I'm assuming this is going to be one for Nadine. And eventually, obviously, I'm assuming further down the line, after we get through here and we start traveling again, we're going to end up doing one for each of the members of the crew. Kind of like to get a bit more backstory and like bond us as a group together. I'm intrigued by it. I'm interested to know about Nadine's story. Jake, I'm not particularly interested in. At this point in time, I don't feel I'm particularly interested in his story. I'm sure he's got a story to tell. As well as obviously Phil. I like Phil's. I'm interested to know Lola's as well, how she lost her eye. Maybe it's a pirate thing. She didn't lose her eye, and it's a night vision, because a lot of pirates. Apparently, I will say apparently, a lot of pirates used to use the eye patch to keep one eye in eternal darkness, so that when it became nighttime, they could flip the eye patch to the other side, to basically like a daytime eye and a nighttime eye, because nighttime eyes can see better in the dark. And obviously if you keep one eye completely in the dark, it's always in night vision mode. So they used to flip it to the other eye so they could see quicker and further in the dark than that on the ship. Apparently that is a thing that used to happen. I've never personally confirmed it, so I don't know for certain, but it sounds legit. Sounds legit enough to me. I don't think we can ever actually fully prove it. Anyway, I'm rambling on about history and historical stuff. And pirates, we're talking about pirates in a bloody cowboy game. Because of course we are. Right? So, thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please let me know in the comment section below. If you are new here, feel free to come hang out, come check out some other stuff that we'll have going on. We would love to have you here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you again for all the support. It is much appreciated. If you want to go above and beyond on the support, you can opt into the membership stuff. If you grab a tier 1, you get your name up on the wall. If you grab a tier 2, you get your name up there as well, and you get early access to the videos. Hopefully at this point in time I have caught up with my backlog and we're back on schedule and to having a week's early access. Hopefully it should have happened. If not, then I apologize. It should have happened though. So like I said, thank you all for watching. Please remember to be a light in the dark for someone, because you never know when a single act or word of kindness can change someone's day or life for the better, or in ways that you may never understand or never even know about. I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and you all know what's coming. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And as always, just see you on the flip side. Bye bye.